even really feel like they're trying to pretend to be your friend, but they do. If you have a social media presence, I feel like this is someone who doesn't even like you, but they're following you and all. Disclaimer, my readings are not for the faint of heart. Must have thick skin.
Hey you guys, it's that time. Pick a story where in one of the decks or all of the decks could be a story or a message for you. So what I like to do is to hold each deck up to the camera for you to see if it's resonating with you, starting with deck number 1. Could your story or message be here in deck number 1? Or is it in deck number 2? Could your story or message be here in deck number 2? Or is it in deck number 3? Could your story or message be here in deck number 3? Alright, so I hope you have made your selection. We're going to go ahead and begin with deck number 1. And then as you can see, we have the story die today. So for deck number 1, you have the telephone. So you are maybe going to be communicating or maybe expecting some kind of communication. I kind of feel too like maybe this is confirmation for telepathy. If you feel like you have telepathy with someone. And then also this could be referring to any situation about your phone. Maybe you're going to get an upgrade, or maybe there is just something significant in regards to your phone that you're needing to, take note of. Yeah, so that's all the messages that I am getting for your story die. So we have the 4 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the Magician, the 4 of Pentacles, the 7 of Swords, overall energy, the 4 of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Knight of Wands. So off the bat, I'm also just kind of thinking that there may be some sort of issues in regards to communication, especially the possibility of being blocked by somebody. So the overall energy too, I feel like it's talking about you like starting some sort of new chapter. I feel like there has been some sort of completion. I feel that, something has been fulfilled and you're moving towards like this new beginning. I feel like there is an indication that you have successfully established something in your life where it's like, okay, that's been fulfilled or established, and basically it's time to like move on to the next step. And the universe could also be, kind of urging you to like move on to something new, whether it is career or relationship. But it does look like there is, a little bit of stubbornness, not feeling like you're ready for change or to move forward. There is a feeling of feeling stuck, especially too if maybe you feel like you just accomplished something or just settled down, just got comfortable, and the universe is like, yeah, you got comfortable, but now it's time to go ahead and make that next move. So I kind of feel like you are not wanting to, and definitely maybe being a little bratty with the universe when it comes to, changing or moving forward. Now, in regards to, a relationship, it seems like maybe there is some sort of blockage or stagnation. I feel like people aren't ready to open up or communicate. People are hiding how they feel. Maybe also just being quiet and expecting the other person to read your mind. Or maybe this is how you feel, like somebody is giving you the silent treatment or giving you attitude, but you don't understand why. Instead of someone just communicating or saying what's wrong, they're just expecting you to figure it out. And definitely seems like there's a game of charades going on. It's kind of like, okay, can you figure out what this means? I'm rolling my eyes now. Did you figure it out? Or, it just seems like there's a lot of manipulation or mind games being played. And I also feel that, communication is just challenging because someone may be communicating indirectly. It could really be the both of you. No one is really being straightforward with what it is that there is on their minds. And so there's, some sort of complication going on. And I feel too like someone rather spy or snoop or keep tabs rather than to just come out and ask you about something. Now, it also could be that, someone has tried to get you to talk about something, and it's like because they're not getting anything, they're forced to try to, snoop and figure some things out and put clues together themselves. But yeah, that I feel like communication is really poor right now. There's also this refusal to change. Someone is like, I don't want to change. I want this to stay like it is. There is some stubbornness. Now, it also could be if someone is trying to move on, someone is like, I don't want you to move on. I want you to stay right here. And maybe someone is trying to prevent you from leaving them. It also could be that someone has already moved on or is trying to leave you, but you're not hearing it. You don't want that person to go away, so you're just like ignoring the fact that they're ignoring your calls, or you're just constantly trying to get a response out of this person and constantly checking in, or just feeling like you're not going anywhere, and trying to force this person to give you an answer or communicate something that is more fitting for you. There could also be a situation with one's home. Maybe someone is not wanting to move out or move away when they're needing to. You could also be seeing synchronicities of fours. And I feel like that has to do with your foundation or some kind of stability, or something seems like fixed. Astrologically, I feel like something is being caused by a square. Maybe there is some sort of transit that is squaring your planet, one of your planets, and making a situation kind of difficult or complicated for you. So definitely dealing with some sort of challenges or frustrations. It feels too like someone is keeping a secret and avoiding questions or communication. definitely seems to be a blockage in communication. Someone really does not want to open up. And I feel like there's distance too. Now, it's possible that you are maybe guarded with an air sign, or they are guarded with you. It seems like there is an energy of being watched, or maybe someone is waiting for you to make a move or take some sort of action, but you just don't want to. I also feel that somebody is maybe in denial of something. Also, if you're in a position where you're trying to figure out whether you want to go or stay, it still seems like staying. Like you don't want to leave or move. You want to stay in a situation. Something also seems very unstable. You also may have witnessed something and are refusing to believe it, or you saw something and you're just like blowing it off. I feel that someone is also kind of happy about something that could be happening to you. Like, I kind of feel like your enemies are rejoicing, or maybe you're trying to hide something from your enemies because you feel like they would be rejoicing. I feel like somebody also could be trying to make you laugh and you're just not in the mood. I don't know. I kind of feel like somebody is like taking something lightly, and you're like, it's not funny. There also could be some sort of pettiness going on between two sisters, or you and your friend. There also could be a fire sign and a water sign involved. Again, there is some sort of indirect communication. Somebody might be like saying things. Maybe it's on social media, but I'm hearing like shots fired. So I just kind of feel like somebody could also be laughing at your expense, or maybe this is you, but I feel like someone is also maybe creating drama. Somebody around you, I feel, is an enemy and not your friend. Maybe this person, I don't even really feel like they're trying to pretend to be your friend, but they do. If you have a social media presence, I feel like this is someone who doesn't even like you, but they're following you and always like saying snarky things, or leaving spiteful comments. I don't feel like this person even likes you, but they just follow you. I kind of feel like maybe something is just like, what do you call it? Psychological warfare. I feel like there is some sort of psychological warfare. Someone is trying to intimidate you or knock you down, either because it just makes them feel better, or maybe someone is being spiteful. Maybe this is some sort of revenge, or they're like, no, I remember that time when I went through this and they said that, so I'm going to say this. Like somebody is just like being low. Somebody also might be trying to throw something or use something against you, or like throw you under the bus. It also could be that someone is just quietly watching you and observing you, that and this person doesn't really like you though, unless you're doing this to somebody. It seems like someone has put up some sort of a wall or a barrier. There is a possibility that someone is trying to manipulate your life through spell work, or someone could be trying to block you. You also may be blocking someone who you just don't trust, or who you feel is trying to manipulate your energy, or maybe you're using some sort of blocking spell work for protection. I am seeing, though, that you're holding on to something that you're needing to let go of, or you're needing to allow change to happen, but you're refusing. Definitely being watched or observed. It could be an earth sign that is a secret enemy, or someone who's always watching you. There also could be some petty things going on at work. It's possible someone is wanting your position and is trying to move you out the way. Maybe you're also like refusing to move out the way, or you're just like, no, I don't know. Something's going on where, it could be something better for you as well. And it could be a good thing to let go or move on. But it depends on your situation. You also might need to block or remove certain people from your life. Now, I am getting a little bit of a threatening energy from somebody. And this might be just very specific to one person, but I would be concerned. I would make sure that you have some sort of security, or that you have a way for people to know about your whereabouts, because I do feel like there could be someone who like wants to physically hurt somebody. I'm concerned about that. So just be cautious, and I don't feel like that's for everybody, but I feel like that's specific for somebody, and you should know if I'm talking to you. I'm hearing the name Veronica for somebody. All right, so I'm going to move on to deck number 2. All right, so, that's not deck number 2. That's deck number 3, my bad. Deck number 2 is, you have the soccer ball. And I kind of feel like maybe this is telling you to have fun, or telling you to have play, to make light of something, or something playful. I'm also getting something about like games. I don't know if, maybe your job is fun, or if you're in a relationship that's fun, but I don't know. I'm just getting something about games and playful energy. Also, I just kind of feel like this may be talking about a cycle coming to an end. Just something in regards to like this circle and closure. So there could be something that is coming to a close for you, but it's also talking about some sort of new beginning. And then I just kind of feel like maybe advice, something could be telling you to have fun. All right, so we have the Two of Pentacles, There's that cycle. We have the Three of Pentacles, the Empress, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Swords. Overall energy, you have the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So I kind of feel like the overall energy is about maybe being ignored or some sort of rejection. It could be that you feel rejected by an earth sign, or they feel ignored or rejected by you. But yeah, I kind of feel that someone also is choosing to suffer in silence as opposed to asking for help or speaking out about something that they need or want. So yeah, I kind of feel like there is that. You also might have issues in regards to your needs. Maybe you feel like your needs aren't being met or fulfilled, especially financially. It seems like maybe you're dealing with some sort of, financial struggle or a lack of having to play around with things to make, ends meet, juggling bills, borrowing from here and here, and it does seem like there is some sort of cycle that you're having to repeat, or some sort of lesson that you're having to repeat over and over again. So I feel like there is a struggle with stability. Now, at some point, I do feel that you start to find your footing, or something starts to come together, and maybe you can see some sort of progress. If this is about your finances, it looks like maybe you're having to stack your money, or it's like you're just now starting to save your money. Or maybe you just got to a point where you have something extra that you can save, and it does seem like you're trying to restore or rebuild your finances. So I feel like that's going to balance out or stabilize for you. It also looks like you are maybe struggling with two jobs. Maybe you have a part-time job, and then maybe you have like your own independent job or business. And I feel like you're wanting to be comfortable. You're wanting to be independent. But there are times that it's going to be challenging, and it seems like maybe you feel like giving up or letting something go. It does seem like at some point you start to lose your faith about something. Also, maybe you start to lose focus or your purpose when it comes to work, or you're not passionate about your job. You could be going through something emotional. Yeah. But I do feel that you're going to get a peace of mind. Like at some point, if whatever turbulence you're dealing with, you either find peace in it, or you make peace with it, or some of the chaos kind of stabilizes. It seems like you're needing to also get your mind right. You need to be mentally prepared for something. Even if you do get some sort of rest or a break, I feel like you're still not fully rested. Like you're still guarded, because you know that something could change, or happen at any time. So you're getting your rest, but you're still kind of like prepared or aware to take some sort of action. I also kind of feel like somebody is maybe stressing or missing you, but you are sleeping peacefully. So, also, for whatever reason, there could be moments of loneliness or isolation for you. You might feel like you don't fit in, or maybe you feel left out. Yeah, you might have moments where you feel people don't understand you and just choose to, be alone or to focus on yourself. You could feel like your independence is being taken away from you, and maybe feel like you're experiencing like dark night of the soul at times. So if you're going through a breakup, well, it looks like that's what could be going on as well. Like a relationship that is unhealthy and maybe deciding to finally let it go because you aren't getting what you need. Maybe you need something emotional from that person that you aren't getting, or maybe it's something financial that you aren't getting. And it seems like you've thought about walking away from this situation. Yeah, so for anybody that's in a relationship, I feel like there is something about it that is unhappy at the moment. It just seems unhealthy. And if you feel fine, then I kind of feel like your partner isn't saying something. And maybe you're needing to pay attention to their behavior, because something's missing. Somebody wants to give up. Somebody is not getting what they need from the other person. Is coming off as very unrequited. So if you're in a relationship, I feel like something needs work. And maybe there's also a fear of not wanting to talk about it, or to ignore it, or pretend like it doesn't exist. Something keeps happening over and over again. It's a problem that hasn't gone away. It just keeps coming back. And there may be a chance that you guys are going to try and work on the relationship and try to fix it. And it does look like it becomes stable again. It's still some sort of lingering emptiness, though, or sadness in regards to what's happening with the relationship. If you decide to stay, it's just, I don't know, it's more so about trying to figure something out. You also might feel like you've lost yourself in a relationship and you don't know who you are anymore. And maybe you're wanting to take time to remember who you were, or the things that you used to want to do before this relationship. So maybe you're also like needing to focus on your needs and your desires. I do kind of feel like somebody is complaining about how they're not able to do this or that anymore. Some sort of sadness or frustration when it comes to that. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of feel like somebody's just like lost and trying to figure out who they are again. There also could be some kind of health issues that you're needing to focus on. There could be some sort of hormonal imbalance. Now, if you feel completely fine, it could be, the energies of someone around you that's suffering financially or health-wise, or going through a breakup. But it seems like you're trying to put things into perspective in regards to what you value. You're like, what do I need that will give me security, that will bring value into my life? You also may have been planting seeds and, in hopes that something's going to take off. And it's like a waiting game. And there may be times where you feel like, maybe you wasted your time, trying to build wealth. I kind of feel too like there is someone that you're thinking about. I don't know if you're comparing yourself to this person. I feel like someone is also like thinking about their mother, or they miss their mother. But I feel like there is a desire for financial freedom or independence, and having a hard time establishing it. For some of you, I feel like maybe you're also going to cut your losses and just try to piece together or do something from scratch. You're like, okay, this isn't working, or I've wasted my time with XYZ. Let me just kind of like rebuild something. And it does look like you're trying to rebuild. Something looks bittersweet. I'm seeing like the highs and lows, or the positives and the negatives in starting over, whether this is you starting over in a relationship, or if it has something to do with your career and finances. It does seem like you take some sort of risk. Ultimately, though, it just seems like you want to walk away from something. You're like, this ain't it. This isn't what I want. And I feel like you're wanting to break free of something. A lot of this, I feel like, has to do with you finding yourself, or finding your passion, or looking for purpose. It kind of feels like the abandonment of a situation or an idea after starting it. Someone could be feeling abandoned by you, or you feel abandoned by somebody. Definitely could be dealing with some sort of fluctuations, periods of emotional highs and lows. I feel like you're wanting to find some sort of balance in your life, or you're wanting something to stabilize. Health-wise, there could be some sort of, like I said, hormonal issues, something that's causing a lot of fluctuations. I feel like there are also moments where maybe you feel independent, or maybe you just feel better when you are independent and you're struggling to fit in, or struggling to be a team player. Something feels like you just need alone time. It seems like you're also having to trust the process, but at the same time you just get frustrated and you're like, this needs to hurry up. I'm trying to be patient. It's possible you feel abandoned by an air sign, or like an air sign abandoned you. It seems like you have this idea that you need to let go or leave something. You're like, I think I need to let go, or I need to leave. You could be at a crossroads and choose a lonely path. Career-wise, I kind of feel like somebody is either wanting to work from home or wants their own business, or wants to go back home. In a love situation, I feel like somebody is thinking about you and wanting to gravitate towards you or come back and wants to make peace with you. And it does look like you want to take a break after heartache or disappointment. And maybe you've been focusing a lot of time on yourself, but I kind of feel like there is someone who wants to return or come back. It does seem like in regards to a relationship that there needed to be a break or a pause. I kind of feel like somebody's ex is thinking about them and wants to communicate. Maybe you have moved on and maybe you're ignoring this person's calls or rejecting them. I feel like someone misses you and possibly wants to come visit. All right, so go ahead and move on to deck number 3. All right, your story die, you have a happy face. So I kind of feel like there could be some sort of good news, or maybe there is something that, you have to be happy about, or you're going to be peaceful about whatever the situation is. Yeah, I feel like just for the most part, there is some sort of good news that is coming towards you. All right, you have the Devil, the Two of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Wands. Overall energy, you have the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. All right, so initially I feel that there is something that you're needing to overcome. I feel that, maybe there's some things that have happened where you felt like you had to fight or stand up for yourself or protect yourself. And maybe you've gotten to a point where you just felt like tired and just want to break. But it does look like you've been growing or evolving based off of the things that you've had to experience or go through. And I feel like you're ready to confront your fears, or you're ready to get something over with. Now, there could be something that's getting ready to happen. I still feel like it's bringing a smile across your face. Maybe there is a Capricorn that you're excited about talking to or hearing from. Or maybe it's something that is contractual or binding happening. It does look like whatever this is, initially you're afraid of it, but you overcome your fears. When it comes to attraction or relationship, it does look like there is some sort of intense attraction between two people, where there could be obsession. If you like when someone obsesses over you, that could also be what that happy image was for. But I kind of feel like if this is about a relationship. It feels like there is something very intense about it, and also something that is taboo. I feel like maybe somebody is trying to stay away from something initially, but then become very curious about it. And it's like, oh, you've opened up Pandora's box now. And because you see, she's peeking in at something. And this is also talking about someone's secret or hidden desires and wanting something, but it's like a secret. And I kind of feel like someone also is like choosing something, and it's like, this is what you chose. This is the, out of all the secret fantasies that you could have chosen, this is what you end up choosing. So this could be some sort of forbidden love, some sort of passionate love. And then it also seems like if this is a relationship, it's like you're locked in. I feel like you're dealing with all this temptation and lust, maybe being attracted to someone on a surface level, but there's also that desire to get to know someone on a deeper level. And it does have some sort of karmic attachment to it. It's still some sort of lesson that you might have to take from this. So I feel like you are about to go under a karmic contract. That also might be why you were hesitant about something, because you've been there, done that, and you're like, oh, I just wanted to stay away from past karmas. But it's like you're having to deal with it now. And I feel like this person is attached to you until this karma has been resolved. Now, this can also be anything karmic. If it's not like a passionate love relationship, it can still be a job. It can be any type of agreement or contract here. Something has you locked in. It could be getting into debt, having taken out some sort of loan. It just feels like now there is a sense of obligation. Now, because this is your obligation, you're also being motivated by something as well. I feel like your passion is being restored, or you're feeling very passionate about something, or even becoming obsessed with something. In the past, it looks like you were making decisions that were emotional, but now I feel like you have clarity and logic. I feel like you're taking on an attitude of, this is the hand I was dealt, and I'm going to play the best game that I can with it. So, and you could probably still win with this hand. It's making me think of, if you know how to play spades, and maybe you don't have that best of hand, and you're looking at your partner, you guys are having to communicate like, okay, what you got? Like, how many possibles you got? So it's kind of like, okay, this is what I've got. I know how to play. I'm going to play these low cards first. Then I'm going to play this. Oh, this is my only spade. Can't play that. Let me throw this card away. So it's kind of like you're maybe just trying to strategize in order to have like the best possible outcome. I do feel that something is giving you security. So your root chakra may have needed some attention, because your root chakra does deal with your foundation, security, but it is based off material things. Maybe you have been too focused, or your mind has been too high in the clouds, or you've been delusional about something. And this is to bring you back to reality, or to ground you. This is like, hey, you can't just, live up here in the clouds. Like, this is still a material world. Like, yes, you live in a matrix, but there's material things happening that you're needing to focus on. Especially if you don't want to live off the grid, so there are things that you're having to do or to focus on while you're in this material world. It also could be material things that bind you to this world. There's also this feeling of never having enough or wanting more. Yeah, so something, I feel like the more you get something, the more you want it. It's still like this bottomless pit, and feeling like you're not being fulfilled. Now, you could also be dealing with a fire sign, or maybe you're about to, or maybe you have some sort of karma attached to a fire sign. Something kind of feels like someone's been trying to coerce you to like come down. They're like, come down here, or come get to know me, or come do this. And it feels like you're being lured into some sort of trap. But I still feel like this is having to do with the fact that your root chakra needed attention. I feel like you were maybe detached, and now you're just being pulled back down. And that also could be because you're needing to master something. You're having to learn self-mastery. Now, even though too you're being put in a position where maybe you feel like you're putting all of your energy into something, or you're being drained, there's still going to be a need to set boundaries with a person or a situation. If this is about career, you still have to set boundaries. You can't just say yes and lie down to everything that your job is wanting you to do. So you still need to have boundaries for yourself. If this is a relationship, still gotta, have your own space. Can't just be attached at the hip all the time with someone, even if you are obsessing with them. I feel like you're gonna have to learn how to not maybe lose yourself or become trapped into a relationship where you lose your identity and you become this person. You have to figure out how to stay focused on who you are as well. All right, so let's look at this devil energy here. So it seems like there could be a struggle with maintaining independence. I don't know too if someone is codependent on you and they're needing to detach. Someone might be obsessed with you but be met with rejection or something that is unrequited. Someone could be obsessing or boosting your ego or feeding into all your desires. But yeah, it might be unrequited. You also could be overindulging, or there could be some issues in regards to spending or health. Just try to find balance. You may have tried to stay away from something too because you knew that you had no control over something. It's like maybe you stopped carrying around your credit card because you know that you just start swiping and swiping when you have that credit card on you. So you try to store it away. It seems like you tried to discipline yourself or you tried to stay away from something, but it does look like at some point that what you tried to lock away is restored, or it comes out and it's just like, oh, I'm out now. Like, it's hard to put me back in a box once I'm out. Like, maybe you're going to struggle with some sort of self-restraint. Yeah. Someone is definitely indulging in their curiosities and their hidden desires. I kind of feel like initially, like you knew that you should stay away from something, but it's like once that door is opened, it's hard to get this little beast back under control. Yeah, I feel like even like in a relationship, you try to avoid a certain type of relationship or relationships just in general. Something does seem like it can be very hypersexualized, or getting involved in a secret relationship, maybe because it's an affair or it's just a relationship that is forbidden. And it does seem like maybe you feel torn or you're needing to make a decision. I feel like it seems like you already in the past have made decisions based off of, like when your judgment was clouded. Like it's good to use intuition, but I kind of feel like maybe in the past these decisions were more so made, when emotions were running high. And so you would have been able to make better decisions or judgment had you been more level-headed or had you been more detached from a situation. Ooh, I just see temptation all around you. Like somebody wants to eat that forbidden fruit. It also could be someone's perspective about you, like they're trying to stay away from you, But at some point they can't help themselves. Someone definitely might feel drawn towards you, or like they feel like they're being pulled. They can't stop, like they're trying to, but they can't. You might be feeling spiritual things like heart palpitations, and or phantom smells, and I kind of feel like somebody might be activating your psychic abilities, intuition, empath. Now, I still say from a medical standpoint, disclaimer, still go to the doctor if you feel like something is off in your body. But from a spiritual standpoint, it seems like you could be experiencing some sort of, I don't want to say psychosis, but it is kind of like this. You're like, what is happening? Like, I'm smelling things, I'm hearing things, I'm feeling things. You also could start having like these lucid dreams about somebody after you meet them, and you're like, why am I having all these crazy dreams ever since I met this person? I kind of feel like someone is unlocking past life memories. So it also looks like somebody's trying to offer something to you, but you don't trust them. I feel like you're trying to push somebody away. You're like, I'm just not going to respond, or I'm just not going to feed into this situation, and maybe it'll stop or go away. I feel like after you lose control, then you're going to try to reel yourself back in. You're like, I got to get it back under control. I've got to ignore these urges. And I feel like you're trying to avoid something, but it still keeps calling out to you. There could end up being some sort of a power struggle between you and this other person. Someone is coming off as wanting to dominate your energy, or dominate you. I also feel that after rejection, someone goes back to re-strategize. They're like, okay, they said no to this, but I'm gonna come at them from this angle. So someone is determined to get you to give something to them, or to give them attention, or to give them a chance. If you are at work and you're dealing with someone and it's kind of like forbidden, especially if it's because this person's married or something. I feel like you're going to be trying to stay away from that person, and they might keep trying to get you to just like be friends or like trust them. Another thing I'm seeing is power struggles at work, where if you are used to being in control, and you're not used to micromanagement or someone telling you what to do, there could be some sort of an issue with that. Either you're going to find a solution with this authoritative figure, or the solution is about you leaving and just kind of being like, oh, I'm used to being my own boss. And, so there could be some issues with that. All right, so yeah, hopefully these messages helped. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending you love and grace.